haven't won a game. You haven't won a game, dude.
You have a favorite?
Ketchup.
Clapping hates Shelbyville.
Hey, dude.
What?
He's from Clacken. I like ketchup.
I don't like this.
Diamond Dozen Podcast.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Berger back with yet another edition of the Diamond Dozen Podcast, joined once again by my good friend and co-host, Sammy. How you doing?
Kicking him out, Burger.
Oh, very nice, very nice. You've
Yeah.
been enjoying spring training so far?
Loving it,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, any day off, any morning off, I'll watch him for sure.
All right, so and the regular season's starting here in just a few days. I think Thursday, Jay's opening day.
Yeah, pay attention. Set your lineups.
Yeah.
It's go time, guys.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's go time.
So, Sammy, like we normally do every preseason or spring training, we do little predictions podcasts. So we're going to do another 2025 Diamond Dozen preseason prediction podcast. Usually we look at MVP, Cy Young, Rookie of the Year. Going to throw a little comeback player of the year in there.
Yep.
Maybe have a look at the playoff teams and maybe how the division standings are going to play out. And, of course, work our way through the playoffs to our champ prediction.
Right? Yep.
And then lead our way to maybe finish off with a bold prediction for each team.
Each team. That'll be fun.
I like it.
Let's do it.
All right, Sam, let's go AL, NL, AL, NL, you think?
Sure. I'll lead off the ALs. You lead off the NLs. Type
Sounds
of thing.
good.
We're doing rookie first, right?
Rookie first, yeah. So let's lead off Rookie of the Year in the AL for the Diamond Dozen, which is Lord of the Diamonds, Burgertown LBs, Plum Point, Sweep the Leg, Beer Leaguers, and Burley.
Burley.
All right.
And Burley has the guy I have for Rookie of the Year, Matt Shaw. Freshly made the team, and I think he's really going to deliver, and Burley's got something.
Nice. Chicago Cubs, third base, I think, this year.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right.
I'm skipping over a guy I think that's pretty obvious and might make a certain owner butthurt that I didn't pick him, but I think Matt Shaw is the guy.
Yep. No, he's been coming on strong, and yeah, he's got a real good shot there in the Chicago lineup to put up some numbers. So,
Yeah.
that'd be really nice for Burley's team there.
Yeah, you bring up a guy to the regular roster, he's going to play every day, or it's
Yeah.
not worth their time, right? So
Well, yeah, especially I think the pressure's low. They got Kyle Tucker there. He's the dog. They got a couple other guys ahead of him,
Yeah.
in the pecking order. So you just got to come in and hopefully do his thing there. So definitely hearing some good things about Matt Shaw. So I like that there. I went with, I didn't want to because of the team he's on, but I couldn't help myself. I went with Jackson Jobe, Tigers pitcher there. I believe he's going to take up the fifth spot there in the Tigers rotation.
it's lining up that he's supposed to be fifth, dude. It's looking like Mize at 4. I don't know who else would be the 5.
Right. So
It's lining up.
it seems like teams are playing less the game of restricting their service time or whatever because they've changed the rules a little bit. So
It's incentivized.
there's
a
less
little bit.
fuckery. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
you get a draft pick if your guy gets Rookie of the Year or some shit.
Yeah, you get different things
Some
too.
incentive,
Yeah,
yeah.
besides that, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't think that's a bad pick at all.
Definitely some honorable mentions on this side.
Yeah, there's definite ones. Like we both bypassed Dylan Cruz for Plum Point.
Yeah, he was
Come on.
definitely on the right there. Like
That's pretty easy to pick, but you want to have fun when you make these picks.
yeah,
too,
if he
right?
delivers on his prospect pedigree, then he's probably gonna have a really good shot at Rookie of the Year. So
For sure. And
But
we
yeah.
kind of both bypassed Roki Sasaki, the first pick in our draft this past year. But we kind of detailed it last pod. He's dicey this year.
yeah,
This year.
he's not.
Just going forward, sure. Give me all the Roki. But this year, I think it's baby gloves, and I think it's just underperformance based on volume,
Yeah, I think the hype train was a little bit heavy on Sasaki, but
He's good.
I think when he's in there, he's gonna be good. So
Yeah.
we'll just see how if he can do 130, 140 this year, that'd be great. That would be a step up for him, and
Yeah.
that would be very good for the Burley Brown Sox as well. So
Sure. Now you get to start us off with the NL Rookie of the Year.
okay, NL Rookie of the Year. I went with Klacken's very own Christian Campbell. I think he's going to crack the Red Sox opening day roster, starting at second base. He didn't
Just
have-
happened. Just broke.
didn't have the greatest spring, but I like how that lineup is shaping up with Bregman in there at third. Looks like Devers is going to start the season at DH, and he's accepted that. I think they sat him down and said, "Hey, we're paying you $300+ million, bud. You're gonna
Yeah.
play where we say you
Yeah.
play."
You got to work less. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, his shoulders are fucked. Why is he going to stay
Yeah,
at third
I don't
base?
know.
It's just it's a pride thing, but I think he's figured out that if he can focus on hitting, that's probably a good thing too, right? And the healthier he is for everyone, like,
Oh, he could be the best DH going.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
I have him as my honorable mention.
Okay,
Great draft pick, McClacken. Good job.
very nice. Snipe me up.
I just got Jason Dominguez.
Okay.
Jason for Shelbyville, the guy he got in the trade for Trevor Bauer like 2 or 3 years ago from Sweep the Leg.
The infamous trade, yeah.
No excuses now. Now's the time.
Yep.
Yankees need him. They've been hurt. They've had all kinds of bad things happen to them.
Yep.
Now's the time. He's going to get the regular playing time. If he doesn't do it, he's not a guy.
Yeah, it's Jason
And
or
I
Jace
think he
off this
will
year.
do it, but-
yeah,
yeah.
Oh, for sure. All right, so up next we got AL Comeback Player of the Year. You're up first, Sammy. What do you think?
Well, I got one for you, Berger. You get an award. Comeback Player of the Year, Matt McLean.
Okay.
Okay, and I've just really believed in him since his rookie season. I think last year was a lost year with
Yep.
injuries and whatever.
Yep.
I even picked him up last year, hoping he would come back at some point. And playoff crunch happened. I had to cut him. Didn't like doing it.
Yeah.
And you got me in the draft when you picked him up. I think he is going to just come back and be a great player in a great hitter's park.
Yeah. No, I think 2020 is well within his reach this year, and I like he's going to be at the top of that Cincinnati lineup. He's going to have Ellie De La Cruz batting behind him. A lot of good potential there. So if he can stay healthy, I think it's going to be a nice year for Matt McLean. So yeah, I do appreciate that pick.
Did you have him in your honorable mentions or didn't even?
I
bring
did
him up?
not.
No?
I did not. I went
Just
in
me?
a different direction, a bit of a homer pick and a hopeful pick as a Jays fan, but I'm going with sweep the legs, Bo Bichette.
Oh,
Comeback Player of the Year.
Comeback Player of the Year.
Yes.
All my guys I wrote down were all injured.
Oh, really?
Injured from the year before, comeback player of the year. Oh, look, they're back. They're doing great now. I think Bo Bichette, same thing last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think,
last year.
I think he was basically he was just injured enough. It wasn't anything catastrophic where he was like shut him down, but it was just like nagging injuries, and he obviously wasn't himself. So I don't know. He hit 200 hits more than once in the major leagues. Like that couldn't have been a fluke.
No,
So,
it's not a fluke.
It's
No, he was more hurt than they let on.
and he's going to price his way right out of Toronto, I'm afraid. So that's,
Yeah, and you're speaking to the point of him being comeback player of the year. He's contract year.
Yeah.
He's going.
he's fully motivated. I think he's fully healthy. I think he's got a different perspective, and I think him and Vladdy are going to, I hope they're going to go off this year, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be even enough to, like, we're going to be, scratching for wild cards again for the Jays there. So
Yeah.
At best.
I have regrets because I really felt like targeting him. And in talking to Sweep, he was pretty freaking down on him, especially by the end of last year. I should have shot my shot. I didn't do it.
sometimes you wait a bit too long, and it's like,
Yeah.
they've held on to the shittiness, so they want to reap the rewards. So
Like I would say, Lord of the Diamonds has 2 potential honorable mentions in Acuna and Strider.
yep, absolutely.
Wouldn't be shocking if either
I hope
got this
neither of
award
them
by
are.
the end of the year.
Yeah.
What?
They could very well be. They both have best pitcher in the game, best hitter in the game potential.
Yeah.
They've both done it before. But I think especially Acuna, it's going to be a different guy. Maybe now that he's not running as much, he can focus on just hitting bombs, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how healthy he is. I think he's still coming off the knee, so I don't think the power comes right back.
It's a bummer with him.
Yeah.
It's a total bummer. Like, who would you rather target in a trade, Acuna or Strider? Obviously, pitching's
Probably
a
Strider
wasteland.
right now, yeah, because just there's so few good pitchers available, but both are very scary because Strider's looking great off the Tommy John so
he's
far,
great.
but you never know when you just kind of push that too far too fast and something bad happens, like with what seems like happened with Shane McClanahan yesterday. But I would probably have to go with Strider because he's still young. He's been the best pitcher in baseball before. Hopefully he can figure out how to keep his arm healthy, but we'll see. What about you?
I was feeling Strider too.
Yeah.
Like Kuna's kind of like, I wouldn't want to pay the price like that it would cost to get Acuna from my team. I'd just feel way more uneasy, I guess, than Strider.
Yeah.
Right or wrong, I might be in a dickhead, whatever. But
Because it's like you can have the best player and he's great all year, and then like if he's always hurt when you need him in the playoffs, it's just like, well, that was a waste of time, I guess. Like, I don't know.
He's like a better Royce Lewis. Like, okay.
Oh man, yeah, way better. But
Yeah, fun times. Fun times
Royce
when he's on the
Lewis,
field.
my God. Yeah, great. How does he just soft tissue? Like, is he a candy guy? I think all these guys who eat too much candy, they're
He has a lot of soft tissue on him.
every year. It's
Yeah.
a hammy or a knee or something. So,
A lot of soft tissue.
but fuck, he looks like a baller, man. When he's going, he looks good.
Well, he's amazing.
So,
You want to kick us off with the NL comeback?
Yeah, NL comeback player of the year. I'm hopeful because I want to see a little bit of renaissance from this guy. On the other hand, I'm not hopeful because if he's really good and a couple other things fall the right way for his team, down and dirty, it could be ugly for the rest of the league. So I'm going with Mike Trout for NL comeback player of the year.
This is our first same one.
Okay.
It's our first samers.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike Trout. Give me a great Mike Trout year. I'm just talking as a fan.
Yeah.
Just one more fun. How many games? Like 130?
Yeah.
Give me 130 games and give me 40 bombs. Give me a good Trout year. Don't let him die the way this has been happening with him.
Yeah.
Maybe die after this really good year. Just give me one more good year.
And
I think he's going to have one year still. Don't you?
Well, it seems like with today's, modern sports medicine, guys should be able to get healthy unless you have a chronic injury or something. Like, why does Mike Trout keep getting hurt?
I don't know. Is he too far gone?
Well, that's
or
just
is
it.
it
It's
before the medicine really got good?
It seems like he should have had enough rest now to get his body right.
Yeah.
So if he can't do it this year, I think it's fucking over.
Yeah.
So
this will be the last time I pick him for this.
Yeah.
If he burns.
He's 33, so it's
Yeah.
it's the it's the other side of the hill. But another nice MVP style season from Mike Trout. Not that it would help the Angels make the playoffs.
Yeah, I
They're
know it
not
doesn't help
gonna.
me in fantasy being in Dirty's division and all this, but like I just want that for baseball.
For baseball.
being a fan.
Yeah,
Right?
for sure.
You got any honorable mentions since we actually tied on that?
I
one?
did not for comeback, actually. Did you?
Yeah, a couple hammy guys. I got DeGrom and Alcantara. They both look great in spring, and why not?
Yeah.
They got the pedigree. Alcantara could be a trade candidate. He could be moved to a really, really good team here coming up soon, which could equal wins and maybe a better ballpark scenario. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
and then I got my boy Felix Bautista. He just got opening day confirmation. He's good to go to
Right.
be on the roster. He was a really good closer before Tommy John.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's him. Who knows?
Right on. Yeah, those are all good candidates for sure. So I guess we'll see how it plays out. So next up, we got AL Cy Young.
AL Cy Young. It's a fun one.
It is.
Because last pod, you weren't too freaking happy about Lord getting him sprinkled in the trade with Plum Point.
That one tends to fire
That was
me
the
up.
Langford Yamamoto, right?
It was
you
a
weren't
sprinkle.
happy about that. Cole Reagans, I think this is the year he becomes nationally known.
Yep.
Not fantasy or regionally known. Mm-hmm. Now he's going to be a known guy.
Oh yeah, he ended up putting up great numbers last year. This is actually one where we got the same guy, so I have Cole Reagans as well
two in a row.
for AL Cy Young.
Nice.
But yeah, I think it's a playoff team in Kansas City now, I'd say. And I'm just gonna pull up his stats real quick because I
think Kansas
wanted to
is going
speak
to
to them.
playoffs. I think they're going to win the division.
Kansas City is a playoff team. He pitched 186 innings last year, had 223 strikeouts, 3.14 ERA, and a 1.14 WHIP. If that's not a stud pitcher, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that he jumped from 96 innings the year in 2023 up to 186. So that's a big jump. Hopefully that doesn't affect him down the stretch here, but that's a nice number
That's
of
a good
innings.
point. Yeah.
That's a nice number of innings. But I really do. He's a stud, 6'4", 200-pounder, 27 years old.
Yeah.
I think he's a Cy Young guy.
This is get his flowers here. It's
Yep.
going to get his flowers.
Yep.
So we're on the same page there. What do you got for NL Cy Young?
NL Cy Young. I want this guy. He's a bit of an every other year guy, but I think we're on pace for this. This is his other year where he's real good. Blake Snell, Shelby Villians, LA Dodgers. He pitched not that many innings last year. The workload wasn't terrible. I think 130 something. So I think he's got 180, 190 in him this year. I think he's going to be a workhorse for them. They're going to baby some guys. I don't think he's going to be one of them. They gave him the bag.
That's the point. Yeah.
So I think it can have one of those Snell years where he gets enough innings and gets enough wins on a really good team that and his ratios are going to be really good.
Yeah.
I think he could do it for sure.
Yeah, that's the great point, though, I think Rocky's baby gloves, and I think this is burning to the ground.
Yeah.
It's like you have an aging running back on your football team, just run them into the ground, right? Like, who cares? Just keep pounding them, going, and
I think if you sign
if he
Snell,
responds well to it, it's going to go awesome, man.
yeah, if you sign a guy like Snell to a contract like they signed him to,
Yeah.
you're baking in a year off, I think, for injuries at some point.
Sure.
Like if you sign a guy to a 5-year deal or whatever it was, I forget what he signed. If it might have been shorter, but
Maybe 4. I'm
yeah.
not sure. Yeah.
Either way, like it seems like what pitcher gets through 4 years without an extended period of time off? Not too many.
Right. I like the
Excuse
pick,
me.
and so this bodes well for Shelby. My prediction is a fellow Shelby villain.
Oh,
I got
what?
Dylan Cease.
Oh, yes. He could definitely do it as well.
We were talking before the pod about this wasteland and like everything going wrong with pitching right now. Like everybody getting hurt for the year, getting hurt for 6 months, getting hurt for 3 months. Dylan Cease has always been there. He's just always top 7, top 8. He's just always there. And I feel like this could be a year where if he's just there doing what he usually does, he could just be the best for the year. That's why I'm doing it.
Yeah, he really put it together last year. 189 innings, 224 strikeouts, so very similar to Cole Reagan's there. 347 ERA, 107 whip. Very nice ratios. That was always the knock on him, that he kind of had a high whip.
He did for a long time.
But he's really improved his ERA and whip over the years, and he seems to have figured it out there. I don't know if San Diego's a big seller. That ownership family is a big mess right now, so they're going to be selloff.com at the trade deadline this year. So he's going to be on the Yankees by August, I'd say.
So
But,
him or Alcantara will be a Yankee. Do you think?
for sure. Oh, I can see both of them. Yeah, but
Both, yeah.
I don't know, but the Yankees are crazy like that. Either that or the Mets. The Mets seem to sign free agents more than make big trades, but maybe I'm talking out my ass there. But no, I like that pick in Dylan Cease, another Shelby Villian. That bodes well for his pitching staff. So that's why it's coming up here. Some of the teams were surprised me with if things break right, it could go well for them. Some of these teams got some aging veterans that might be over the hill, but anyway, I digress. Where are we now?
We are on to AL MVP.
Ooh, AL MVP. You're
Yeah.
up first, Sammy.
I want to go Ricky Henderson Light.
Ooh.
This is kind of a spoiler alert for who I'm taking as my AL division winner, because I generally give that award to the team that has that guy. Ellie De La Cruz. Give me that. Give me, I don't know, I hope 70 steals. What did he get last year? Do you remember?
67.
67? No, okay. Give me 60. Okay, and I'll be happy, and give me potentially 30 homers. And I think that's a potential thing with him. So give me that MVP, man.
Yep.
We've joked around. Imagine playing fantasy with Ricky Henderson around. So give me him this year. Out of all the potential guys Lord can kick out as MVP.
Yeah. No, exactly. There's a freaking laundry list of them, but it's becoming a bit of an agree-a-thon here, Sammy. I also have Ellie De La Cruz as the AL MVP in the Diamond Dozen for
Really?
2025.
Really?
So, it's hard to argue. He had 25 homers last year, 67 stolen bases, as we said, and 339 OBP. So he's not a guy who tanks your OBP.
No, he doesn't tank it at all.
So,
No,
the
I
only
think
thing
it was
about
lower, so even better. Yeah,
the only thing about Ellie, it was a 259 average, which is above average.
doesn't matter to us.
And this year, we don't give a shit. But a guy like him, something funky happens. He jams his wrist or something. 618 at bats last year. I don't know if that's going to happen again, but
Yeah,
if it does,
that's where you can bake in a little less, right?
If it
And
does-
if you bake in the less, who cares?
I think 50 steals is like his, not a floor, but it's like a low end assessment. Like
Yeah.
he's easy 40 if he stays healthy. So
Right.
if he puts up anywhere near 618 at bats this year, so he does 580, the numbers are still going to be good. And I think the home runs could stay the same with that knocking the at bats, because he's got the tools to be a power bat. So
Yeah, there's upside in the homers.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened.
going out to right field in Cincy is not a big deal. No. So he can flick his wrist and go out. So
Yeah, man.
it's no. If he could somehow really ramp up those home run numbers, look out.
That's why he probably traded Trey Turner, right?
Hey,
Lord,
not
He's
just
like,
a lazy
"I'm
Susan."
Pretty good. Pretty good here. Yeah, things are well. NL MVP. What you got?
Well, I feel like this feels like a broken record from last year, because I might have done it as well, but can't get away from it. It's like you said, it's also on a good team. You got to look at that for your MVP. Bobby Witt Jr., Hammy's boy. I think
Okay.
he's a 40-40 threat for sure, and that's pretty damn good. So
Yeah, damn. We're in agreement on comeback with Trout. We're in agreement on Reagans for Cy Young for the AL, and we're in agreement on both MVPs because give me Bobby Witt, dude.
maybe it's just obvious, but in lockstep for the last several here. He's another guy who last year 636 at bats. So you get holy shit, 3 in a row. Started in 2022, 591 at bats, 641, and then 636 last year. Like, he's been playing
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah, knock on wood for
Holy
durability,
smokes,
but
yeah.
he's been kicking it, man.
For sure. And then last season with the 32 bombs, 31 stolen bases, and a 389 OBP. Like,
Come on, man.
fucking right.
Yeah, man.
24 years old. Let's
All
go.
the stats we care about. He's
Yeah, getting a
top
little,
dog, dude.
yeah, getting a little more protection in that KC lineup. I think they're going to be good enough to compete for that division in the Central.
Yeah.
And yeah, if not a wild card, so KC, Bobby Witt Jr., Hamilton Hamdiggers, let's go.
Let's go. Division predictions. So I'll start off with the AL. I'll start from bottom and I'll make my way to the top. Pretty usual. I'll go number 6, Burley Brown Sox. I'll go 5, Plum Point. Ooh. He thinks he's going to be better than that, but I'm going to go him at 5. This will upset him. I'll go Southwest Beer Leaguers at 4. Sweep the Leg at 3, Burger Town at 2, and Lord of the Diamonds at 1.
All right. I have the same bottom half there. I got Burley at 6. You know, he's made some nice moves. There's an up arrow for sure on the Burley Brown Sox. You know, I think 4 or 5 wins might be the ceiling this year, but I got him at number 6 there in the AL. Plum Point, I think there's, if the injury bug hadn't hit him, I would have probably given him a little bit more of a nudge here, up to the maybe the competing for the 4 spot with Southwest Beer Leaguers. I think Tobe's team there, I think that pitching is kind of disappointing a little bit. So he's got some nice things on the hitting side, but I got him in the 4 slot there. But I think I got myself at 3, and I think I'm going to be sweating a bit near the end of the season with Southwest battling for that last playoff spot.
You think this goes down to the end, you and Southwest?
I think I'm going to not feel that comfortable for sure. And then I got Sweep the Leg at number 2 there because Kyle Tucker, gotta love it. And I think Bo Bichette's going to have a real nice comeback here.
Yeah,
and
decent pitching.
Sweep's rotation is,
decent.
Under the radar, pretty
fucking
fucking good.
At worst. Yeah.
And then, of course, Lord of the Diamonds at 1 there because he can have 6 studs on the IL.
Yeah, let's not even waste time.
But
I think it goes deeper. I think it's the cluster. I think it's the 2, 3, 4. I think it's you, Sweep, and your leaguers.
Yeah.
You're gonna be sweating your ass to the end of the season. I think.
Swassy for sure.
Yeah.
So NL starting at the bottom, Clacking, Blue Jays. I love that left side of the infield. I love Lindor, Jose Ramirez, but the rest of the team just leaves a little something to be desired.
Yeah, I was having a look at it the other day when I was kind of preparing for this, and I'm just not blown away besides that left side of the infield.
It's such a nice cornerstone there, but
probably one of the best.
Yeah, no,
up there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Nice building blocks for sure, but aging building blocks, both north of 30. So
yeah,
but yeah, it's you're clacking down at the bottom there. No offense. And then number 5, I got Wilkins. Or sorry, my bad. Kentucky Fried Doge.
KFD.
KFD. And then, but you know what? Having reviewed his team, I'm like, all right, a little better than I was giving him credit for, I'd say.
Yeah. Right.
So I think him and Shelby will fight it out for that 4-5 slot. I got Shelby in the 4 slot.
Illustrious 4 slot.
You gotta love that 4 slot battle. And then I got the Killers at 3, but it's real close. I between you and Down and Dirty for the 2-3 slot.
I don't care. Give me 2 or 3.
Yeah, whatever. I think it's inconsequential. And then look at Hammy's roster, top to bottom, and it stands out above the rest in the NL. So
he got hot at the end of last year, which put him not in even in playoff position, I think, to a degree. But he rode a hot wave that took him right to the final, and I don't even think he's peaked. I think there's other great shit going on. I got him as my number 1 too.
Yep.
Cam Monero's coming, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't a thing last year. You know? There's just good shit going on with Hammy right now. And yeah, I got to put him at 1. Not necessarily the guy that makes my final.
Yep.
But I got to put him at 1 for the whole year.
Nice little shoring up of catcher there that the Doge helped them out with, eh?
Yeah, I think he sold high on Ronaldo. Pretty good. Yeah. Don't you?
Yeah, he bought him for a 3rd rounder from me last year. So
yeah,
pretty good turnaround.
Yeah.
With Tyler Stevenson going out, that's a nice plug there too. Oh, I wouldn't call it Salvia plug there, but it's
just funny where pitching's at right now because Ronaldo made me jealous when I saw.
Yeah, fuck yeah, who would have thought?
KFD got him. I'm like, holy shit.
KF
should have went for him.
Yeah,
I'm in a terrible spot.
Oh, we need to do a KFD commercial.
Right, KFD.
Yeah,
disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the same as you, buddy. I got Hammy, Dirty Killers at the top. Same 3 teams.
Yep.
3 teams make the playoffs, and then I think Shelby will be fighting with me or Dirty to make the playoffs.
Yep.
And I think Clacken and KFD don't sniff.
Bring up the rear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned with who we got injured. Is there an injury on Shelby's first base? So he's got Paul Goldschmidt. I'm not sure if that's going to work great this year or not. If it's going to work great anywhere.
Either way. Yeah.
I think that Yankee Stadium is a place that he could have a little bit of a nice season in that lineup. So, but Xander at second, I just don't know if it's coming back for Xander.
I kind of wonder about Xander.
I don't think it is. And then Arenado at third is an almost equal question mark.
I'm pretty optimistic about Goldschmidt, but Xander, I can't do it, man.
Yeah, I think Goldie has those skills where he can turn into just an elite contact guy who gets hella RBIs and scores some runs in that Yankees lineup.
Yeah.
I think he can stay healthy, but Xander seems to have lost it. Arenado, I don't know if Colorado was his whole thing or what, but beyond that, I do like O'Neal Cruz. I'm always skeptical of these, even though I've put a lot of hype into Ellie this year. He's another real tall guy.
Sure.
6'6", where O'Neal Cruz 6'7". It's just like my boy Judge is about the same height, so it's a rarity that somebody that tall can stay healthy.
Yeah, he's moving
the
outfield
bigs.
too, right? He's done with shortstop now.
O'Neal, yeah. So that's probably. Oh, they put him in center.
I don't know if it's center, but he's going the outfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then he's got Riley Green, Michael Harris, which I think I don't give him enough credit. Maybe Michael Harris, the second.
Yeah, I'm not down on him. I'm just not big on him.
Yeah. And then Tatis and Dominguez, they're pretty nice. So
Pretty
and
good,
then
man.
You can plug Jackson Holiday in at second if he turns out not to suck like it seemed like he did last year, but. Could just be one of those things where his first taste, he had to make some adjustments, and hopefully he can do it.
So in the playoffs, I got sweep the leg beating you in the AL semis. And then in the NL semis, I got down and dirty beating me, Legend Killers, setting up Lord against sweep. And I got Hammy against dirty as our semifinals. Some conspiracy thing happened. It shouldn't have happened. You should have won. I'm going to go dirty with the upset over Hammy. I think we're all going to take a turn losing to Lord of the Diamonds in the end because he's going to lose to Lord in the championship. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you got?
All right. AL side, I got Berger sweep first round matchup as indicated earlier, and I can't lose the sweep, so I'm going to beat sweep in that matchup, obviously. Which setting up Berger versus Lord in the AL for the semis. Mm-hmm. Switching over to the NL side, I got Killers and Dirty in the first round with the Killers getting through.
Ooh.
Setting up a matchup with Hammy in the semis.
I'm getting excited.
And then I got a final championship matchup of Lord of the Diamonds versus the Legend Killers. With the Killers coming out on top.
What?
Sorry, I didn't mean to jinx you. It's reverse jinx. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it to Hammy again this year, though.
That's what I felt like with Hammy, too. I was
couldn't do
being
it to
nice
Hammy.
by not picking him.
But I was like,
Why are you doing?
Should
Why'd you do that?
do you want me to can we re-record and I'll go dirty instead?
No, it's fine. It's fine. You
I
make your
genuinely
pick.
looked through and I was like, I could see
Oh
it breaking
my
this
God.
way.
Sick.
Juan Soto, Jackson Merrill,
You're making
Austin
me sick.
Riley.
Sickening.
Come
No,
on.
Hammy used to
Come
give me
on.
shit for picking
Matt
him
Olson.
because I always fucked him up, and I don't think last year we picked him, and look what happened, right?
Well, you still didn't win, but
No, it's fine. Thanks for the vote of confidence,
hey man,
But
you got
you-
some fucking studs.
but you fucked me.
Yeah, I
but
do
thank you.
apologize.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
this is the last pod we'll ever do together. I do fractured our friendship. No, I think you're due too. 2017, you won last, I think. So
Oh, was it that long? No, come on.
okay, it was 20. It was, I don't know.
19 or something. Come on,
I won 19
18.
and 21.
whatever. Take a break and go some bold.
All right, we'll take a break and go bold.
Bold for each team.
Legend Killers 2017 verified. You're due, Sammy.
Diamond Dozen Podcast.
You ruined my season.
I won the deal.
We're past that minutia, right?
Thanks, dude.
Not prancing around. Just got that out.
Diamond Dozen Podcast.